Josh and I are getting ready to head to Linville for a little day motorcycle trip. For those of you that don't know, motorcycles are actually what bonded us into really becoming friends.
She was really cool on a motorcycle and I wanted one, so I bought one.
He's rode far longer than I have, but you actually didn't have a bike when I did. Right?
Mine was in Indiana at the time. I had moved from Virginia Beach to Nashville, and I took my motorcycle and just left it at my dad's house in Indiana for probably 5 years, and I didn't have one in Nashville. But yeah, once I realized everybody at the place you worked rode, I was like, I need to bring it down. So I brought it down, and it was not fun, so I got a new one, and then we became friends. Our first trip that we did was to, I don't know the towns over there, but it's like Sevierville, Gatlinburg, Tail of the Dragon. And it was with a bunch of people, and we weren't dating at the time. I think you had just gotten out of a relationship too, so you were a little grumpy. And no, it was really cool, and I got to experience that trip was so cool because we did the Tail of the Dragon.
It was really
3
hard.
times, which was awesome. See the beautiful mountains, and it was so cool. And then on our way back, we still didn't really talk.
It's so funny looking back at that trip because we were with maybe 8 people total, something like that. We're all in an Airbnb. Josh and I were the youngest people there, and we're friends, but like didn't really talk. It was like the beginning of us like actually becoming friends, and then after that we rode a lot. And the catalyst to us starting dating was 2 years after that trip, 2 or 3 years after that trip. Yeah, we went, my nephew was getting baptized. And I was like, you know what? I want to ride up to Iowa and take the bike. He and my other guy friends that I ride with were like, no, that's probably not safe for you to do by yourself. So they rode with me. And it was that trip that I kind of realized, okay, do I like Josh? And then seeing him with my family kind of solidified it, and then that's when he asked me out on a date after that, and that's how we started dating, kind of. Yeah.
I mean, I was just really nervous around you all the time before that, and
barely spoke.
Yeah, didn't speak, but no, I think doing motorcycle rides and then we've done motorcycle rides just solo before we started dating.
As soon as we went on a first date, both of us with the intention of being like, okay, do we want to date this other person? It was like, I saw a completely different side of him, and yeah, motorcycles was kind of like the start of that. And I'm so grateful we now have this hobby to do together. We've gone on long road trips. We've taken the bikes to Virginia Beach from Nashville. We've taken them to Indiana, to Iowa, to different places across Tennessee, to Cookeville. We'll find like cool Airbnbs and go stay at them. But we're going to go on a little rip today, and Josh has someplace picked out. That's the beauty of being on a bike too, is you actually like see your surroundings more, and you can just stop places and check out cool spots. So we're going to take you guys along. to town now to get some stuff for our bonfire tonight. Josh was having a bunch of buddies out. He built this pretty cool cinder block fire pit, and we're gonna put it to use. But I wanted to talk to you guys about wedding planning. The thing that I've found to be like slightly overwhelming is the amount of opinions there are on how you should do your wedding. And I'm not saying my family and friends are great and super supportive. I'm more so talking about like society, and there's always trends that are happening and things that are changing. And while I do find some of the information super helpful, I think it can definitely get overwhelming and make you feel like you need to plan something differently than what you initially had in mind. And so if you are the girl that wants the big blowout 700 person wedding, have the big blowout wedding. If you are the girl that wants the small, intimate, immediate family and friends, have the small, intimate, immediate family and friends wedding, because you don't want to look back and have any regrets on your special day. So that's what I want to preface this with. I'm going to give my opinions on my wedding and how I want that to look. It's probably not going to look the same as yours, and that's okay. So Josh and I got engaged this past October. We are getting married this coming fall, and I probably put off the planning process like a tad too long, but I also felt like we got engaged and then there was this immediate like rush to start planning, and I didn't want to do that. Again, do whatever you want to do. If that's like your vibe, get married, plan, you're super excited, certainly go for it. For me, I wanted to enjoy the moment we were in and not like jump to the next. I feel like getting engaged is such a big deal, and I wanted to soak that in, the two of us, before we truly started just like moving on to the wedding. So I waited probably 2 months after we got engaged to actually start planning, which was probably like a little bit too long, but also I have planned the whole wedding without a planner or coordinator. So I think leading up to actually me doing the work, I was kind of like with this decision fatigue in my mind. So I wanted to put that off, but as soon as I started, it was actually relatively fun. We definitely want the small, intimate wedding. It's just something that fits with our personalities and lifestyle. And so initially we had thought we wanted to do the wedding on our property, but with us wanting to get horses this year and planning renovations, that also seemed slightly stressful. So we decided to look at a few venues. We came across one, went and looked at it, and truly like fell in love. We knew right away that that was where we wanted to get married. It was super peaceful. It reminded us of our place. Once I booked that, obviously when you book a venue, you have to pick a date, and they had a date available that we wanted. And so that was like a huge weight lifted off. I felt like I could relax a little bit as soon as we had the venue and date. And then the other big thing that I wanted to get was our chef. I am so excited for our guests to get to experience this. He somehow had our date available, and so I booked him right away. And once truly those three things knocked out, I was super happy. With a lot of these things, there is a timeline that you need to book out in advance. Your dress is also one of them. I put off dress shopping as well. My first appointment, I went to 2 stores. My mom, mother-in-law, 2 sisters, and Jen went with me, and it was actually a really fun experience. I don't know why I put it off so long. I think I just wasn't going to find a dress, and I was very pleasantly surprised with the stores and the designers, the level of designers that they carry. When I first started looking on Pinterest just for inspo, I knew in my mind what I wanted to look and feel like on my wedding day. So I definitely have a vision, but this dress popped up and I was like, whoa, that is stunning. That is a wedding dress. It was not what I was envisioning initially, but it definitely grabbed my attention, and in my head I'm like, there's no way this is going to be in Nashville. It was in one of the stores, and it's only in 5 stores across the United States. So I jumped at that and got an appointment, tried it on, and it was just as stunning in person as it was when I saw it online. So that's where I'm at with dress shopping. I went to Adorn and Bloom Bridal with my family, and then my sister was in town another day, and I went to Luxe Redux, which is off the rack or sample sales, I guess, but it's designer gowns that are significantly price reduced. I was actually shocked by some of the prices. They're stunning and great quality, and I mean, you couldn't beat it. The dress that I really loved, and then I have 3 others that I also really like, are at one of the other stores. So I'm going back in a week and a half to try those on, and I will bring you guys along and show you the ones that I do not say yes to.